Hey everybody, Pinstripe here. Welcome back to some more Hogs of War. Tonight, you guessed it, huge community news. Shout out to insert username, the creator of this tool. That the inventory editor is well and truly live. You can find it downloadable. The link will be in the description. And I must stress though that this is currently in beta, so it will mean that there may be some teething problems, but if you run into any issues then do join us in the community Discord. The link will also be in the description for that as well. But this editor is huge for a number of reasons, not just because it's something that the community has wanted for a very long time, but also because it should be working with all versions of the game, whether it be NTSC, PAL, English, French, German, Italian, Spanish. It should work with those copies. So as long as you have the .bin file, you should be good to go. But for competitive, for casual, for single player, everything is now editable. And I'm just really excited, and I have been really excited seeing all the ideas that people have been coming up with for different class inventories, for different classes entirely, where you're changing up the definitions of what these classes are, the weapons that they hold, and honestly, from a creative standpoint, it is really cool to see, especially for content creation too. It's just opened up a new can of worms for me to dive into and just enjoy, you know? It's truly exciting times. So how exactly does one use the editor? Well, once you have it open, in the top left you'll see the open file button. When you select that, you need to be choosing your .bin, the copy of the game that you hold on your PC. That will then open the class inventory icon menu, and from there you'll have the entire selection of classes available from both single and multiplayer. All the multiplayer classes are at the very bottom, but then just opening that is pretty self-explanatory because it will show you the inventory of the class you have selected, and from there you can then chop and change everything. You can remove the entire inventory, start from scratch. You can adjust the existing things, whether it be quantity or just changing out a weapon. Everything is available here. You have all the weapons in the entire game. That includes weapons that are unused, so you'll see the confusion gases there, and vehicle weapons are there too. Those technically can be added to the inventory, but they won't work in game for obvious reasons. So you'll easily be able to see those. Those are highlighted in red. One of the additional other neat features of this editor is its ability to import and export your ideas. So if you have edited a class that you then want to save, in the top panel there you'll be able to see a heart icon, which allows you to edit the HP of the class you're currently editing. You have a blue arrow and a red arrow. The red arrow will allow you to export and save the class inventory that you had just set, and then you can re-import it via the blue arrow. The green arrow will then act as a confirmation button, so once you are done editing, just select the green arrow and it will confirm it and take you back to the class icon screen, where you can then continue to adjust any other classes at will. After you've made all the changes that you wish, and you have indeed confirmed them, like I say, via that green arrow, including setting the HP, which is always fun, all you need to do is select the patch file button in the bottom left. It'll take care of it for you, and once that has been patched, you then just have to launch the .bin file that you've been editing, and those changes will have taken place. It's as simple as that. It's easy to use, and it is very efficient in getting the job done. And indeed, like I say, being able to save any idea that you hold, because I know that many a Hogs player at the moment will be bursting with ideas as to how to change certain classes, and just there's a lot of veterans especially that I know personally that have been holding on to so many ideas for many years, so being able to kind of bring that to fruition and see those changes is going to be huge, and I highly recommend that you check it out right now. Yeah, still makes me sad that the AI can't use the guided missile. He had me excited for a moment there, thinking that he was going to fire it, but no, he ends up losing his turn. But anyhow, I've been having really good fun just messing around with this editor, and kind of reminding myself of the beta development cheats, that video I made quite a while ago that showcased the cheat that the developers would use to complete missions quickly with just a single pig, where that pig had access to all of the coolest weapons in the game, but knowing that all players can do that now for themselves is honestly really cool. And for the modding scene especially, Insert Username and Unicorn Named Owl have been huge in providing both cheats and editors for players to get involved and kind of do their own thing, because prior to the creation of this inventory editor, Insert Username did create a save editor as well, which is also accessible. I think I should be linking that. Hopefully Future Pin will be linking it in the description, but that does allow you to edit the existing missions and I believe the enemy ranks and classes and such for single player. So anyone who wants to mod their own thing, do their own thing, and indeed combine both of these editors within a single bin, I would highly recommend doing that, because this is like the forefront at the moment of the modding scene for both competitive and for casual. For comp especially, I think there's been a realization by a lot of us just how strong the default classes are in terms of the weapons that they hold by default. It's been a kind of a light bulb moment for me in just realizing how redundant a lot of the pickup weapons are on a lot of maps, because the weapons that are held by the classes are strong enough in their own right that the additional pickups that you collect don't really add anything. They make the already overpowered class even more overpowered, especially, you know, if we're looking at the Grenadier. Yeah, mainly the Grenadier. So the super interesting thing for me has been some of the ideas that have been drafted up already in relation to the existing multiplayer classes, in kind of not dumbing them down, but just reducing down their crazy weapons. So removal of the big stuff, like the cluster bombs, like the high explosives, which when you take those out of the equation and you make them more available via pickups, if you think about all the maps that we have at our disposal, you can suddenly see where the collecting of resources becomes an important thing. If you're not able to rely on the shrapnel, on the airburst, on the mortar, on the bazooka, when you look at the paratrooper as well, the idea of taking the bazooka away from the para, making it a gunner only thing. Again, most of these ideas were drafted up by Nicholas, so shout out to him as always. But yeah, this is an ongoing discussion that is currently happening within the community as far as comp goes, and it's really exciting to see just the kinds of ideas that players are coming up with. And I always come back to the idea of like an all-you-can-eat buffet, in that when you have access to everything in the game at your disposal, it's the obvious starting point is always, give me everything, let me import everything, let me play with everything, let me give every class every single weapon that I really want them to have. But over time, I'm thinking about it even deeper, and it's almost like the sandbox thing that we've discussed in much deeper commentaries. But the idea of having everything, you eventually get bored. So then coming down and kind of shrinking that down, condensing it down into its most basic parts within each class and how that class can be defined, you know, the espionage having poison, the medic having healing hands, suddenly those ideas shift. And that's the shift that I'm really excited about, because the way that we play Hogs, the way that we view each class is changing in the competitive scene. So the more ideas we can come up with, and indeed the changes that will be coming in the upcoming seasons for Pro League, and more likely for future Middle and Grunt League as well, I'm really excited for it. And I know I've said that about 300 times in this video, but it's true, man. This is a massive, massive thing for the original game, and I hope that you guys can get involved and check it out for yourself. Speaking as a Lardcore dev, this is huge for both the community and the remaster, because this effectively allows players to come up with ideas that could potentially be put into the remaster in future, again, especially if we're looking at the bigger things like competitive. So check out the downloads in the description, join the Hogs of War Discord, and pass on your feedback to Insert Username, because he will greatly appreciate it, especially if you have ideas for improving the general usage of the editor, and if there are any additional things that you feel could be added as well, because yeah, your input is greatly appreciated by me and by the rest of the community. As always, once again, huge thank you to Insert Username and Unicorn Named Owl as well for all their hard work so far, Plenty more to come, but in the meantime, I will catch you guys later for the next one.
Right, you putrid porker. You should be proud of your hogs. I've given you, 5 additional promotion points to decorate them with. Are you listening to a word I say? Repeat after me. Minefields are very bad things to wander into. Now, press your button and we will be the richest nation in the world. Just imagine, limitless swill supplies until the end of all time. Oh, God, don't mess it up.